Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Magic and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about more Call of Duty 2015 news, and we'll be looking back at the DICE Summit where Treyarch presented some information on their next Call of Duty game. And actually, let's rephrase that. They didn't talk about any information on the next Call of Duty game, but they did drop hints with pictures during the PowerPoint. They didn't say anything about the next game. All they ever said was how Zombies inspired Treyarch to continue making Call of Duty games. Now, all of the hints were dropped in the PowerPoint. David Vonderhaar even tweeted during the summit that over 34 hints were dropped regarding the next Call of Duty. And for the most part, people have found all of the hints, but we can't really decrypt many of them because they're so vague, but they are hints nonetheless. And I'm going to be looking at more of the important ones and not the ones that are, so hard to interpret that we're just making the most random theories ever. I'll be looking at the ones that actually make a little bit of sense. So, first off, we have two pictures here. Both these pictures have Richtofen crossed out in them. The first one contains the Fab 4, and in the bottom right you can see Richtofen is crossed out. You can't even see him, it's just a blacked out image, and there's a red X through him. And then the second image, you can see that Richtofen is completely scratched out of this image. Now, if you don't believe Richtofen was in the first one, because you could be like, well, we don't even see him, maybe it's not even Richtofen, maybe it's someone else. Well, in this picture, you definitely know that this is Richtofen because this is from the Origin Zombie trailer, and we know that Richtofen is in that picture. We've seen him in that picture. He's been scratched out. Now the question is, what has happened to Richtofen? Why is he scratched out? Now, presumably, he died. That's the idea here. That's what they're trying to show off, is that Richtofen is gone. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's not returning ever, because if you don't follow the zombie storyline, or if you do follow the storyline, you may or may not know this, but the zombie storyline takes place over multiple different universes. The timeline of zombies isn't just, straightforward. It branches off. There's a lot of divergent timelines. And if you want to learn more about the multiple universes of zombies and Element 115 displacement, I'll have a video in the description and an annotation on link where I talk about how Element 115 works and why we see certain things in the zombie storyline that really don't add up. So I would suggest go watching that video if you haven't. It's one of the better videos I've made, I believe, because it's actually a rather good theory, and it's kind of right, actually. So now that we've hit on that, I want to know what you guys think. What happened to Richtofen? Leave that in the comments section below. Moving on to picture 3, we have the possibility of a Der Riese remake in the next Call of Duty Zombies. And the reason I say that is because of the image on screen. Now, it's a brand new clean layout of the Der Riese facility. It looks new and it looks clean. You can see everything very clearly. All the writing is there. You can read it rather well as compared to the other layouts, which looked a lot more rugged. This one is really clean looking. And also, in the top left, you can see that it says Germany. Germany did not appear in the other Der Riese loading screens. We knew that it took place in Germany because when the map finally loaded up, it would say it in the bottom left corner, but it never said it in the loading screen. Now, below where it says Germany, you can see a white slip of paper. Now, below that white slip of paper, you can see columns of boxes, and inside the boxes is written a number code and Richtofen's signature, which people think is Richtofen's signature. I mean, it could be something else, but it actually does look similar to the name Richtofen. Now, if you look at the original loading screen, you can see that the number code is in a completely different column, and you can see that this does not have Richtofen's signature. So, thinking about it, we know that the zombies storyline takes place over multiple universes, yada yada yada. So could this possibly mean that we might be getting a Der Riese remake, but possibly in one where Richtofen does or does not exist? It's quite interesting. This might be in a completely different universe. So anyways, that's basically all we have on Der Riese. There's also a couple other things that people have picked out on this loading screen, but I think those are the main things that we want to look at. The other stuff is questionable. Moving on to picture number 4, we have the possibility of a Shangri-La remake. Now, here's what appears to be the blueprints to the stairways that are on Shangri-La, the stairways that lead to Pack-a-Punch. Now, you may notice that these blueprints look different than the actual stairway in Shangri-La. These blueprints look a lot more intricate than the actual Shangri-La stairways. Now, there is a possibility that these could have just been scrapped ideas in Shangri-La and these were never put in, or there's also the possibility that these are new drawings and that Shangri-La could be being remade and they will be changing the map up a little bit. That is a pretty good possibility. Now, moving on to picture number 5, we have more Shangri-La remake. images, possibly, again. Now, these are most definitely sketches of the loading screen for the map Shangri-La. However, the one thing that people are noticing is the difference between these two sketches. Now, if you actually put the two sketches together, it actually creates the real loading screen, so it appears that these are just two layers to the Shangri-La loading screen. Granted, this doesn't confirm at all that Shangri-La will be remade, but there is the possibility that these could be brand new sketches and that they are maybe remaking the loading screen, meaning they could be remaking the map for the next Call of Duty Zombies. Moving on to the next thing I want to talk about, and the picture really doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about, I just have it on there because it shows posters from most of the Call of Duty Zombies maps. So, what I want to be talking about here is, will Treyarch remake all of the old zombie maps in the next Call of Duty Zombies? World at War, and Black Ops, and who knows, maybe even possibly Black Ops 2 maps. Will they be remaking them? And the reason I'm bringing this up is because of all the different artifacts that were shown throughout this presentation from all of the maps. There were so many hints at all of the maps. You could see the monkey skulls from Shangri-La. You could see the drawings from Shangri-La, the new loading screen for Deriz. You could see the I don't remember what it's called. It's the triangle on the map Moon, the EPD or something like that, EMD. God, I'm so far off on what it is. It's the pyramid where you end up putting the ball in to release Samantha from her cryogenic sleep or whatever. Wow, I'm really messing this up. It's probably not cryogenic. Maybe it is cryogenic. I might be right there. But they just kept showing off different things from the storyline that happened. Maybe just because they were looking back on their history and what they've been able to do, but maybe they're just trying to hint at us that, hey, these maps are coming back. Now, there is a possibility that these maps won't come at all, but they did do this in the original Black Ops. They brought back all the World at War maps. Now, sadly, they didn't do this in Black Ops 2, which we were hoping for. Everyone was thinking that, hey, all the World at War maps in Black Ops maps would come back in Black Ops 2, which they didn't do, sadly. But maybe they will do this because of how much they emphasize that zombies is a big part of Treyarch. It's what makes Treyarch. What defines them. It's what draws people to buying Treyarch Call of Duty. It's what they are known for. So it would kind of make sense that they would allow people to replay the old zombie maps on next-gen consoles. Moving on to the next thing I want to talk about, this is picture number 7, and this is going to be about the Call of Duty 2015 setting. Now, written on screen is, in Vietnamese writing, some words. I don't know how to say it, so I'm not even going to try. But written next to that in English is danger slash... I'm getting a call. Dismiss that for now. My bad, guys. Is written next to that is danger slash death. Now, surprise, surprise, when you pop that into Google Translate, they mean the same exact thing. So what I'm trying to get at here is that this could be a possible hint that Call of Duty 2015 will take place during Vietnam again. Or maybe it won't take place during just Vietnam, because in Black Ops 2 it took place during Vietnam and somewhat of the modern slash advanced era. And, you know, there is a possibility that there could just be more than Vietnam, but I think it'd be awesome to go back to Vietnam because I'm kind of getting sick of modern Call of Duties. I mean, I much preferred World at War and World War II based Call of Duty, and even Vietnam was good too. I'd rather go back to the past than keep moving on to the future. I don't really like that as much, but maybe they'll go back to the past, which I'm hoping for. Treyarch, if you're listening, go back to the past, and if you're already going back to the past, good on you. But if you're going to the future, that's fine, whatever. Just make some good zombie maps, and I'll be happy. And bring back all the original zombie maps, and I'll be even happier. Now, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, click the like button, and subscribe if not done so already. Make sure to tell me what you think about everything I brought up in this video. Do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? Do you think all the maps would be getting remade? What the heck happened to Richtofen? And yeah, that's it. My name is Magic, and I'm out.